Okay, hear me out. This is the idea, I think. Like, what I'm thinking, you always wear your cowgirl hat. Just as you finish your race, like it's your thing. So what I'm thinking, man with cupcake, you take your cowgirl hat 100 meters before the finish line in your next race, which, I don't know, could be Kona for example. I jump over the fence, man with cupcake, and I just run in front of you screaming, oh, la, 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 and just alert everyone, oh, she's coming, stay with me. And then you've also got a cap gun as well. You're just shooting a couple gun shows out in the air, yeah. And I just think we'd have the best finisher pics photos. It'd be worth the money to get them, so let's sleep on that anyway and run it past the coaches. And
well, I think you can't cross the finish line with me. I might get disqualified.
Well, I mean, I'm not technically, I'm running in front of you and panicking, so.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, welcome to Cupcakes with Cal and Kona. Today we are lucky enough to have Lindsay Corbin. Thanks, Lindsay, for opening up the abode to us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. So, you're actually from Bend, but you live in Montana, and then you've been back to Bend. So you're designed in Bend, but assembled in Montana.
Yeah, so I grew up in Bend, Oregon, and then I went to university in Montana and have been living there for 13 years, and that's where I got my start in triathlon. So that's why I say I'm Montana made. And then recently I moved back to Bend last December.
Okay, and so this is your 9th time out here in Kona. You've been obviously casing the joint for a while. The big heist obviously goes down next Saturday, and your partner in crime, Chris, your husband, obviously you guys are a team. He's a valuable party support network, and you're also coached by, you've just got a new coach with QT2 Systems.
Do you know how to say his name?
Jesse Krapenek.
Nah.
Sort of.
Kind of close.
But no cigar?
Nah. Try it again.
Jesse Krapenek.
Cropple Nicky.
Close. I think it's just the accent. It must be weird listening to proper English.
Yeah, we just call him Crops for short.
Okay. And so how's that working out?
Yeah, it's good. This is the first year we've worked together. It's different than the training I've done in the past. It's pretty detail oriented. Really specific training, a lot of heart rate training, which is new for me, so always looking at my watch. I
noticed, is there a big discrepancy between your harder stuff and your easier stuff? I noticed some of your training, just from social media stalking, is really, really slow, and then the stuff's really hard. Like, is that something that's new? Yeah,
I think biggest thing is someone had to teach me to cool my jets. I only know one speed, which is full gas.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jesse had to teach me how to slow down a little bit and smell the roses.
So how's things been going in the preparation for Kona this year? The body's all good?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Yeah. Real strong, real fit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're a week out from the race, and what's the plan for the rest of the week? You got much lined up? You sort of kick back, relax, eat some cupcakes? Yeah,
definitely. I'm gonna eat a lot of cupcakes, start carb loading. Looking forward to it. I've been on a strict diet, the QT2 core diet, so really watching what we're eating, getting lean. And
so what's the gist behind that?
I think just to get a healthy body weight and lean up for the race. So looking forward to, yeah, downing some carbohydrates and fattening up for the big day.
Nice. So how do you break this race down? How do you approach it? And obviously the winds are a factor here. You're not allowed to use a disc wheel, which is a fully enclosed wheel. You're a bit of a lightweight as well. How do you sort of break the race up, and how do you approach it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think Ironman's a super long day, so I always say that if you're treading water, waiting for that cannon to blow and thinking how are you going to feel at mile 18 of the marathon, you're in for a long day. So for me, I set small goals for myself and break it up into small segments. You know, oftentimes when we're treading that water waiting for the gun to go, it's like, how can I get to the first 200 meters, and that's sort of where the race sorts out, and then really stay on the gas the next 200 meters. So yeah, having small goals, breaking the race up into segments helps a bunch. It's a really long day, and the other thing I think is just know that something's going to go wrong out there.
Yeah.
Even for the professionals, we kind of all encounter challenges or something difficult, and so you just have to keep a level head during the hard parts, and focus on things you can control.
It's pretty exposed out there in the lava fields, and how do you deal with the crosswinds? It's been said that once you get out to Harvey and then you come back, you can have a headwind on the way out and a headwind on the way back. Like, how do you deal with that?
I mean, it's definitely really mentally defeating, because you think you're dealing with the headwind on the way out and think, oh, I'm gonna get a free ride on the way home, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's right in your face. And I just, you have to remind yourself everyone else is in it too. And from a riding a bike standpoint, I just try to stay pretty aggressive, constant tension on my chain, stay as low as possible. I think the instinct, especially on the crosswinds coming down from Hawi, is to sit up because people are scared or timid with the winds, and then that essentially just turns you into a sail and you're flying all over the road. So for me, I try to tuck into as little of a ball as I can and put constant tension on the chain and really put the pressure on the pedals and hold on for dear life.
This is where your yachting background would come in pretty handy, just the tacking and that. Like, you obviously grew up as a bit of a yachter.
Yeah, I took sailing lessons actually.
Yeah.
Girl Scout, believe it or not.
Perfect. So you might just pack a spinnaker and set sail at some stage when you have a tailwind, and then start jibing and tacking.
Yep. Hope I don't capsize.
Right. Let's touch on a little bit about triathlon. It's still quite a niche sport. It's going up against sexy sports like fly fishing.
Alright, yeah. So 10 and 2, and keep your wrist real straight. Don't bend the wrist.
And my elbow up.
Yeah, elbow up. There you go. And give it a good flick at the end.
I think I got the hang of it. Hold on.
Okay.
10 and 2. How can we sort of appeal to the broader market? I mean, whenever I'm flying out of Denver Airport, I see a lot of people wearing their Finish Shoes t-shirts and compression gear, and it seems like it's a badge of honor. Have you done anything sort of differently, or do you fall into that category? Because I can go.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just try to keep it black and white. Like, when I'm on my bike, I'm a triathlete, but when I'm out in public, I'm Lindsay Corbin. So yeah, I'm not a compression sock in public person, but.
So obviously your husband, Chris, he also makes videos, and that's been another good way, like what we've been doing. It's a lot easier to press play than it is to read someone's blow-by-blow blog. Yeah. That's been a good way for you guys to make some cool videos. I know you made them with your bikes and that, and you found that pretty effective.
Yeah, I mean, actually it all started, Chris was watching me race Wildflower Triathlon, and he got a little bored. I think I didn't swim fast enough, so I was kind of off the back in the race, and so he thought he'd just start shooting a video with his iPhone. And the race went on, and he was killing time and made a video during the race, and then he put it up, and people were really into the videos, and we got a good reaction from it, and so since then it's grown. This year he's got a real camera, so no more iPhone videos. We've upgraded. So
most of the coverage for races we do is 2 or 3 high definition text updates. There's not really any video updates or video coverage, and it's kind of a boring sport. What do you reckon we need to do to make it appeal to the broader market?
Yeah, I mean, I think keeping it entertaining for sure, and showing people's personalities. I think the cool thing about our sport, I always compare it to NASCAR driving, that if you're really into NASCAR, you couldn't go and buy the car that they're driving and drive with them on a track. But on next Saturday, if people are really into triathlon, they have a chance to line up next to Rinny, Crowe, myself, even you.
Not racing.
Oh, you're not?
No.
I thought we were going to do that thing at the finish.
Like, I'll just be racing the last 100 meters, and before that I'll just be binge eating that like a Denny's.
Oh.
Yeah.
You've been training for that?
Yeah, I have. I actually got locked in the bakery section of Safeway last night. They closed a little bit earlier than they do in Colorado, which just caught me, blindsided me, but I don't know. I mean, I've effectively, I'm going to have a week taper because I think we've still got a full week out before I can, before I have to meet you at the finish line. So
yeah, actually the first year I raced here, Chris didn't know anyone, and he just drank beer and ate fish tacos and took a nap on the beach while I was out there.
Alright, so this is going to be your 9th time racing here.
Mm.
You're right up there with the cream of the crop. Obviously just to get here as well, there's only 35 ladies. Who are you going to be watching, or are you going to be making them watch you?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately I try and watch myself. Gotta look over your shoulder, but yeah, I mean, it's such a long race, and particularly the difficulty of this race. I think it tends to work better to focus on yourself. In the past, I've been a little bit worried about what everyone else is doing, and then you get carried away and forget to eat or drink on the bike, and then it comes back and kind of bites you later on. So this year, something I hope to do is just ride my own race, which I know everyone talks about, but it's going to take a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
And see what happens. I mean, like I said, particularly in Ironman distance racing, it's such a long day.
Yeah.
A lot's going to happen out there, and I mean, I'm realistic. I know I don't swim, unfortunately, with the front pack, and so hopefully I can come out of the water. Last year I came out of the water with Rini, and yeah, it's all about, you know, monitoring your effort on the bike and not burning too many matches and setting myself up for a good marathon.
So, for someone who's never done an Ironman before, how does the, obviously you got your swim, it's 3.8k, you got a bike 180k, and you got to run a full marathon 42k, and when do you sort of take on the grand piano during the run? When does it get really hard? How can you describe that to someone who's just sitting at home in the comforts of their air conditioning unit drinking their peach green tea?
Yeah, I mean, the way I talk about it is find something black like this, and that's what the pavement is out at mile 20 of the marathon. It's just pitch black, it's hot, and nobody's out there. So at that point you're pretty darn tired. You've been eating, you know, a lot of gels and Coke and Gatorade all day, and your mind starts to wander, and you're wondering, what am I doing out here? Why did I sign up for this? And that's sort of where the mental aspect has to come into place, and you have to be mentally tough and
do you crave any foods during that? What's your go-to food? Meredith Kistler, we interviewed, her go-to food is a French fry.
Yeah, post-race, yeah, I definitely like a burger, sweet potato fries, a milkshake, and sometimes I have a coffee so I can get another bolt of caffeine energy and stay up for the midnight finishers, because that's always one of my favorite parts of the race.
Make sure you're well hydrated, the sugar levels are good, because the last thing we need is you to be bonking during the finish straight and me just running down the finish straight, like the finish chute by myself, screaming and saying someone's coming when they're not.
Yeah, one time that actually happened to me. I collapsed before the finish, so it wasn't pretty.
Did you get over the finish line?
Yeah, I didn't remember. I had to ask in the medical tent when I came to.
Schoenhausen.
Yeah.
Right, thanks Lindsay for coming on the show and being a part of it, and showing off a little bit of your personality. So what we're doing is, you've got to the end here, you can get a cupcake stamp. It's not your M. Dot tattoo, but it's the next best thing. Do you wanna hit up a carb, or do you wanna get the guns in?
We'll get the guns in.
The guns, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's do the double whammy. Hold on, let me there we go.
Perfect. Can I wear this to the airport when I leave, or should I wash it off after the race?
Wear that and your medal.
Okay.
That'll be fine. Hey, so just remember, we're 6 days out from the race. Stay hydrated, keep your sugar levels up, and I'll see you down the finish chute. This is what I'll be wearing, and my loincloth. Keep an eye out for me, and best of luck. We'll see you soon.
All right.